Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm so happy you guys are back. Thank you for always coming back to see my videos. For the new subscribers, my name is Julia Nyambura. On this channel we talk about personal development, entrepreneurship, business, finances, and everything in between concerning money. Okay, so if you're new here, you're welcome to join us. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you very much. I see you. Thank you very much. So today we're going to talk about something that has been on my mind, or something that I'm intending to do. I know it's April, but it's still something that we can, jump on board on. Okay, so today we're talking about no spend year or low buy year. It all depends on how you can how you want to go around it. Okay, so no spend challenge is you don't spend any money for the rest of the year. Okay, so from April to probably to November or December, or from April to April of next year, or from April to December, you just tailor it to your needs and your wants and the things that you want to achieve. Okay, so as for me, I have decided to start a no or a low buy year since from the beginning of May. Okay, so what does a low buy year mean? Okay, so I'm going to explain that. I'm going to give you example of what I'm intending to do with my money, and probably if you want to join me on this challenge of no buy or low buy, a few months to the year or to the end of the year. It all depends on how we want to do it. Okay, so I'm going to begin with a quote. Okay, so I read this somewhere and I was like, okay, yeah, I like it. The quote is by Robin Sharma. I have read his books and it's really good. I really like his books. Okay, so it says change is hard at first, messy in the middle, and gorgeous at the end. So even as I embark on this journey, or if you want to join me and you want to embark on this no spend year, it's gonna be hard, definitely. At the beginning, it's gonna be messy in between. You're gonna make mistakes, pick yourself up, but believe me, at the end of the year, we're gonna come back here and celebrate our win. Okay, so let's get into it, right into it. So why am I starting a no buy year? For me personally, it is because I have a Project X. I'm gonna call it a Project X. Probably I can share what that Project X is at the end of the year. Okay? So for me, I'm starting this no buy challenge or low buy year because I have a Project X that I have to accomplish. Okay, and by embarking on this journey of low buy no buy year, it's gonna help me save on money. Okay, and I know most people will ask, why don't you look for other way to increase your income instead of cutting back on what you already have? I think I have tried severally this no buy year and have been successful. But one of the things that I came to realize is that if you choose to look for other sources of income, you have to give up something for you to get more money. Okay, so for example, I have decided as a mom that my intention is to be present in my kids' life. I want to be there when they come from school. I want to be there when they're doing their homework. I want to be there. I want to be present in their life, which means if I decide to take up another job or another hustle or another source of income, that will take me away from my kids, which I'm not willing at this moment to do. I have done that before, but I feel like if there's something I have learned in the journey of looking for money or working towards anything, is that sometimes you have to choose what you're willing to sacrifice and what you're not willing to sacrifice. Okay, because personally I have a child who is going to 18 years. Okay, or he's turning 18 next year, and I feel like I have lost so much in his years because I was busy making money. Okay, but because I understand now that the time that you have with your kids is much shorter, than looking for money. It's like you can always be looking for money, like you can always look for money, but the time that you have with your kids, it's so limited. Like one day they are like a year old and the next minute they're turning 18. So for me, I feel like, because I feel like I missed out on his growing up, because I was building a career, I was looking for money, I was trying to do all these things. Now with this other the rest of the kids, I'm intentional of what I'm willing to do or how I want to be present in their life. So that's why I choose anytime I will choose to cut back than look for more money that will take me away from my kids. That's just my personal. You can this is, this is a good thing about any form of financial journey. It's your personal journey. You choose what you think is right for you and your family. For me, that's just where I am right now. Okay, so let me give you why it's very important to do a no spend year or a low buy. Low buy means you cut back kabisa, like you really cut back on your spending. Or you can decide to, because you can't live without buying at the end of the day. It's just that we say no spend, but you spend some money, but to what extent? Okay, so for me it's just a low buy because I have to spend money to pay rent, do all these things. It's just that I'm cutting back completely. So I have done this before, and the reason why I did this before was because I wanted to pay debt. So you can do a low buy here when you're paying debts. Okay, when you want to go back to school, for example, because it requires a lot of money when you're joining any course. You can do this when you are changing jobs. Okay, so if you decide this is the last year you're going to be working on a certain organization, you can decide to take do a low buy year for this the whole of this year, so that next year you can transition to another working environment. Also, it's very good because you can save up an emergency. If you've been struggling to save up an emergency, you can take up this time to really save up or increase your emergency. Okay, if you have like a 1 month emergency or 3 months and you want to do it as 6 months, so you do these challenges to help you attain a certain goal. Okay, because it's not realistic for you to take up these challenges for like a long period of time. You do it for a short period of time to accomplish a certain specific goal, and once that goal is achieved, then you move on to something else. You take a break, you can take a break, then do another no spend to do another to achieve another goal. That's how I look at it, and that's how I personally do. I will not want to do it for a very long period of time because you get so exhausted, and then you start resenting the journey because it's like it's taking it away from you, from your taking something away from you. Like if you say I'm not going to spend on makeup and you love makeup, it's gonna make you resent this thing that you're doing. Okay, and I was also reading something that says, financial in any way, financial goal is a journey. Like you have to take it as a journey so that you enjoy reaching to that goal. Okay, instead of saying I want this, so you become so miserable and become so unhappy in able to reach that. And let me tell you, in most cases when you get there, you don't necessarily feel the excitement that you thought you will feel. Okay, and even if you feel it, it's just gonna be a short while. Like for example, if you were saving for your car and you put everything into it and you denied yourself and I don't know, you resented this journey of taking things away from you. When you get the car, you're going to be happy, but for just like a few, let's say even maximum 1 month, then you get used to it, then it's no longer giving you the joy. So enjoy the journey of saving towards your goal. Enjoy the journey of failing, rising up. Enjoy the journey of knowing other things, because in this channel, it's who we become as we try to attain our goals. It's not the goal that is the goal, it's the person we become along the way. Okay, so you can do all these challenges, you can do all these things to do something. Like first, set a specific goal. Okay, because why are you doing? What is your why? Okay, for my why is because I have to accomplish this project X, which I'm going to share once it's done. And because I know I cannot do it when I'm living the way I'm living, then it means I have to cut back. So also you comment below what is your challenge or what will you want to be saving towards, and how are you going to go about it? Okay, so comment below if you have a project, if you're willing to share what your low buy means for you and your why towards your low buy. You can put your comment below so that we encourage each other, because financial journey, it's a journey. Okay, so for me, that's why I'm doing it. Okay, so on this journey, when you're doing a low buy year, you have to set your guidelines and the things that you're willing to do and not do. Okay, so you know, for example, I want to attain this amount of X dollars or X shillings towards this goal. Okay, so the things that you're willing to cut, and there are things that you're absolutely not going to cut from your budget. Okay, and let me tell you, can we get something correct at this moment? You must have a budget that you know how much you're spending, because again, what are you going to cut if you don't know your budget? So you have to track your spending, make a budget, which I can do on another video. Track your spending, do a budget, understand how much is your income, how much is your expenses, how much you spend in a month, so that when you're cutting back, you know exactly what you're cutting back on and how much do you spend on a month. Okay, and in most cases, the amount of money you think you spend on a month is not necessarily that. It is X times 2 or times 3 in most cases. Okay, so my guideline is to or my guidelines for this low spend challenge is, I'm only willing to replace what is finished. For example, if my lotion is done, I'm going to replace that. If the perfume that I'm using currently is finished, I'm going to replace that. Or if my household items are finished, the things that I'm already using, not new things, the things that I'm already using. So for example, if I use 5 kg of rice and the end of the month is done, I'm willing to replace that, but not to get a new brand, an expensive brand. Just replace what I'm already using. Okay, so that's my guideline. Okay, number 2 is to finish something completely. Like if I'm using a certain product, I have to finish it completely before I purchase another one. Okay, of the same. Okay, you know, most of the time we buy when we even have the other one. Okay, so probably your perfume is 3/4 or a quarter to finishing, so you buy another one. So on this challenge, I have to completely be done. Like if I only have like 2 wears or 3 wears, then that's when I buy another one. Okay, so I make sure I run it to the ground. Okay, another one is to use cash envelope. Okay, and let me show you something. So as I was saying, so when I'm doing my no spend or low buy year, I normally use cash. And the reason why I do this is because I want to really monitor how much I'm using on certain categories. So I wanted to show you this, guys. Okay, so this is envelopes. These are envelopes that I use. You see, so what you do with the envelopes, for example, let me take this one. Okay, or I don't know, let me tell you this one. So here I would write exactly what this envelope is for, and this is after I have done my fixed expenses. For example, if I'm paying rent, I cannot put my rent here because I pay through the bank. Okay, if I'm paying my water bill, my electricity, all those things, I do using my M-Pesa. So those ones are easy to track because they are on my M-Pesa or my bank statement. Sorry for the distraction. So I write what I'm spending my money on. For the way I've said, my utilities, my fixed utilities, like my internet, my water, my rent, all those things I pay through the bank or I pay through M-Pesa, my garbage and all that. So when it comes to the other things, like if I'm saving towards, let's say, I'm saving towards, like I'm putting money away for food, I'll put it on an envelope. Okay, and a disclaimer: if your house if you have people in your house and probably you're not feeling safe putting money in an envelope, you can look for put your money in M-Pesa. But I always feel like when you put money on M-Pesa, you end up spending that money unnecessarily because it's just money available on your phone. But when you have money on the, like when you have cash, you're able to really see how you're spending your money and see it go down. Like if you had kept here, like if I had kept here, let's say 10,000 for day-to-day spending, every day I'm going to remove like 1,000. I'm like, yo, it's 9,000 balance. And the good thing about this envelope, there's also a tracking sheet inside if you want to track how much you're spending. Like I can say today I bought this minus 1,000 and I bought 1, 2, 3, 4 things. That's how I do it, okay? But because I found these envelopes to be a bit tiresome, if you don't have this, there's no excuse. Go to the bookshop, get these ones. I like these ones. These are just like I don't know, I think they are bookcases or something. Yeah, so I will put money here with the receipts of what I've spent. So if this category is food, just take a paper, a sticker, put food on the envelope. Once you put food, then you put your money, the food money here. Okay, so this one you can actually even go with it. For example, if your food money is 10,000, you can put 2,000 every day you leave the house, because probably you're coming back with some food items and you don't want to carry the whole 10,000 in case something happens. So you just keep the 8,000 somewhere hidden in whatever place, and then you carry your 2,000, because maybe you'll buy breakfast when you're coming back from work, or you're going to buy maybe something for next week, next day's dinner. So you carry the 2,000. So you always know how much is remaining here. And if you overspend, you can also see like I had 2,000. Okay, what happened to the money? And the receipts are here. For the things that you don't have receipts, like maybe you're buying potatoes, they will not give you a receipt. That's when now you can create a tracking sheet. You can create a tracking sheet on Excel. Just take an Excel sheet and put lines. I print it out, put it here to track the things that you're not able to get receipts on. Okay, so that you always know what is happening. Like for me, this is my, I use these ones. I like these ones more than the envelopes, but I used to use the envelopes. So you have no excuse, get envelopes. So I use cash when I'm doing my low buy here, and it has really helped me see. Like every time I remove 1,000, I'm like, oh, that's it. Like we're not spending another money here. I have to really work around that money to be able to, okay, fulfill my day-to-day spending. Okay, so you can also look for a way to use your envelope. So that's number one. I said these are my guidelines of the things that I'm doing to be able to achieve my financial goal of Project X. Okay, so another guideline that I've put on myself, the things that I will not, that I have to buy, regardless it's not a mandatory things, are books. I'm just not going to stop buying books. Like for me, I feel like the knowledge I get from reading these books are more important than the money that I'm gonna save on them. Like I feel like I cannot put the price on the knowledge that I get when I'm reading these books. Okay, some people can say you go to the library, get some books, but I want to also create a library that can be used if my kids ever want to read books, because I highlight my books. I can I write sometimes on those books, so if someone wants to use them later, or if my kids ever want to use them, they can always refer and say what their mom used to like reading. Okay, so for me, I'm absolutely going to spend money on books. That's just it. Okay, so the things that I'm not willing to spend money on anymore, like I've said, like this one, we have to cut back completely on this one. Number one, self-care. Self-care, and when I say self-care, it means things like shower gel. Okay, like I buy 4 types of shower gel: lemon, I don't know, coconut, just like I like shower gels. That's my, I really like the way they smell. I really like them, and I like to have like a few bottles because it depends on my mood. If I feel like I want to use coconut, or I want to use lemon, like I don't know if anyone has that thing. Like you wake up one day and you're like, no, I feel like using this. This smell is what I'm feeling like using today. So one of the things that I'm going to do is just I'm going to use 1 type of shower gel. I'm not going to buy 2 types or 3. I'm just going to use 1. That's it. We have to get used to it. Okay, I'm not going to spend my money on any new clothes. because by now, because it's almost the mid of April, I will sort my needs of anything that I need before the end of the month, so that come May, beginning of May to end of December, or beginning of another 2025 May, I will not spend any clothes. I will not buy any clothes. So this is my time for me to sort out a few things, like for my kids when they're going back to school. If I need a few clothes here and there, then I can buy before I start my challenge, just to, if it's unnecessarily, like it's a need. It's not like I'm buying just for the sake of, I'm buying because I feel like I absolutely need this thing to in my wardrobe because the other one is finished or whatever. For whatever case, that's it. So I'm not spending money on clothes, on new clothes completely. Another thing that I'm going to cut back on is making my hair at least once in 2 months. So I'm trying to look for ways that I can be making my hair only once in 2 months, like not every month. Because you see, the problem of making your hair, you make your hair this month, then next month you have to undo, and it's, you know, like you spend a lot of money when you're going to the salon. So I'm going to look for a hairstyle that I can do at least do it once in 2 months. Okay. Another thing that I'm cutting back on is my daughter's school bus. I have been thinking about how I can sort of save money, and I feel like this is an area that I can spend money, save money on, because it's where my child goes to school is not a very far distance. Like, it's not very far. I can actually take her to school and pick her in the evening, and because she likes me going to pick her, I thought probably I can save on the cost of paying for the transport and take her myself. So that's one of the things that I'm doing. I'm also not going to pay Netflix for come next month. I just feel like Netflix versus my books, I will just cut Netflix. I know it's the only sort of entertainment I like, but again, I'm just feeling like the time I spend watching, I can do something else. And again, I have YouTube, so I'm going to cut on Netflix. I'm also not going to eat out, which I know I do not necessarily like eating out, but I do when I have gone somewhere I can actually eat out. But now I'm just gonna be intentional about eating out, because something I've come to realize is, I don't know if it's just me, when you can cook at home, there's a difference when you buy outside. I always feel like there's something missing. So I'm completely going to cut it off. So, and I'm completely, like, I'm not going to eat out completely. And the reason why I can do that comfortably is because I love to cook. I love and I like experimenting with new recipes. So I can do meal plans around it, and then probably cook from breakfast, lunch, dinner. I can do breakfast ideas, I can do lunch idea, I can do dinners. I feel like when I can do it as a hobby. I was actually talking to myself and saying, instead of looking for any other thing to do, why can't you do the cooking and the preparations and whatever as a hobby? Like, you know, because you already love cooking and you like researching on new recipes. So if you want to make a cake if I want to make cake, and if I crave any, probably a carrot cake, black forest, I can do that at home comfortably. It's just, I take it up as a challenge. Okay. Probably I will share my meal planning journey, how it goes, if I'm going to achieve that. Okay. Another thing that I'm going to do to really cut back is I've allocated only 2,000 Kenyan shillings for my kid's birthday. So if they have a birthday, they know they have only 2,000. If they want to spend it on a gift, I can bake cake in the house. So if the 2,000, they can spend it on a gift. If they want me to take them out, they have to spend only 2,000. Nothing more. For all of them, 2,000. Something else I'm not going to buy this year is no house decor. I know we love these nice things. Like, we love decorating our houses, especially because for me it's a whole new beginning. I've been trying to, you know, create a good space for myself, but I just told myself, just this short period of time, you will buy when you finish your project X. So just take it, just halt it for now, and then you can take it on later. So I'm not buying any house decor completely. I'm also not going to spend any money on trainings and courses, because I like the courses, online courses. I like those trainings. So I'm going to look for free trainings, because I know there are a lot of free trainings and free courses online. So I'm going to do that, or use YouTube to the maximum. Okay, I'm going to use YouTube to understand the things that I want to learn. Okay, so by doing this, I'm going to prioritize saving first. Like, I'm going to, once I do my budget, I'm going to do saving first, then spending later. That money will go automatically out of my budget and my paycheck towards this project, and then the rest I have to work around it. Okay, so there's not going to be a wiggle room for me to sort of do the things that I probably will want to do, because once the money leaves, I have only this amount of money to spend, and if I spend it, it means we are going to go hungry, which I don't want us to do. Okay, so I'm going to prioritize that as number one. So what I have also told myself is, because we are going to quarter 2 of the year, I'm going to do like a quarter. After every quarter, there's gonna be a reward system, because again, I don't want to feel like this is just so too much for me, or it's making me unhappy in any way. So I told myself, every quarter I have assigned myself a reward. Like the first quarter, or the second quarter, the third quarter, what kind of a reward do I want? Like for me now, I'm looking at, if I am able to accomplish the second quarter without moving away from my goal or being distracted, if I'm able to save that amount of money, then I can buy myself either a watch or a niche perfume, because I love those things. I love my niche perfume, like they smell so nice. So there's a reward system to my saving, so that I feel like momentum. So my quarter 2, once I finish, I buy myself something to just say thank you for being a good girl, thank you for keeping up even when it's hard, and when you wanted to go out, you denied yourself, you sacrificed what you had to sacrifice to achieve your goal. So I am going to put reward system to every quarter I finish that challenge. Okay, so you can put for yourself the things that you want to buy, but again you're like, okay, I can't buy right now, but if I do this for 4 months, I'm going to reward myself with this thing. Once I finish the next quarter, there's a reward. Like, it's like every quarter has a reward for me to just keep up the momentum of doing this. Okay, so this low buy year can really, really, really help you, can really like get you out of a lot of financial difficulties. It can really help you save up a huge amount of money. It can really help you in one way or another. Okay, so I will come back again after the second quarter and just give you an update of where I am, what was the challenge, was I able to achieve the quarter goal that I had set for myself towards this project X. What were the challenges, how was I able to manage, because you can set goals, but sometimes you don't know what life can bring to you. Okay, there are challenges that you cannot foresee that happen. So I'm going to come back and just give you updates on the challenges. Okay, so if you're interested in joining these challenges for your personal goal, the goal that you want to achieve, kindly join me. You can comment below your challenge of the year, and if you want to join, you can just write join, or what you are why you're doing this challenge. Okay, and let's meet at the end of the year, because I know the beginning, the middle, but the end, when you look at your bank account and you're like, yo, thank you for being disciplined to do that. Or if you look at the end of the year of the project you had intended to do and you're able to really finish it, it actually beats the things that you could have done in between, you know, like the things that you boycotted all of a sudden don't seem that important. Okay, so I hope this one jogged your mind. Please get your cash envelope, get your align your money to your principles of how you want to money to, you know, to carry on with this low buy year. Thank you very much for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.